What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Imprint Beer Company, and they're out of Hatfield, Pennsylvania, and this is their Schmoojee, the Morello cherry and coconut variant. So this is a heavily fruited sour ale with Morello cherries, black cherries, coconut cream, and lactose. It comes in at 6% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed, and at the time of review, this can is just over 6 weeks old. So it's been over a couple years since I've reviewed a beer from Imprint on the channel, and back then I had a couple different viewers of the channel send me Imprint because we did not get distribution of their products here in the Western New York area, but now we do. And I haven't reviewed any since they've showed up in the last, it's been what? About a year since they started getting some slight distro, and now they get bigger distro here. And I've enjoyed some off camera, but I have not reviewed any of them, so I figured I'd pick up a couple. I have this, and I have another one of theirs, which is like an ice cream one with pistachio, which sounds delicious. But I wanted to grab this one because I love tart / sour cherries, and that's what Morello cherries are. And I love coconut, and I have had a couple within the series before, and it's been quite good. Now, I think when I pour this, it's going to have that like almost like ice cream yogurty looking thing. It's gonna, I think, not positive, I think. Now this has been upside down in my fridge because on the side here they say fruit is heavy, settling is natural, rotate gently before opening. So I had this upside down and I just flipped it right side up before I turned on the camera. So anyway, let's crack this one open. I don't know what to really expect out of this one. I feel like it's a weird combo of things. I mean, you're talking about cherry and coconut, but I love both things, so we'll see. Yeah, so anyway, look at that. Yeah. This is like going to be like yogurt-esque. Now, this is where somebody turns the camera and is like, dude, that's not beer. And you know what? You're free to your opinion to think that, or, not buy these because of that. And who am I to argue? When a beer pours out like this, okay, and you say to me, that's not beer, I don't think I can like really say that you're wrong. Because it doesn't look like beer. That looks like somebody took like ice cream or yogurt and threw it into a cup and like froze it, because it kind of looks like a frozen smoothie. Is that going to go over because I poured it kind of aggressive? These I might have to take a sip of this because they rise sometimes like this. So I'm going to take a sip and we're going to cheat. So, but anyway, that looks crazy. It looks like yogurt. Anyway, let's take a sip. Yeah, so it does not taste like beer. Anyway, so yeah, it has that really light pink color, whatever you want to say. Doesn't look like beer. I get it. The aroma, I didn't get to smell it really before I tasted it, but honestly, it smells like, to me, like cherry yogurt. That's what it smells like. Not getting a lot of coconut in the nose. Or you know what? Black cherry ice cream. I love black cherry ice cream. And that's kind of what this smells like. Black cherry ice cream. It really does. And it kind of looks like it, right? To some degree. That's pretty much it. Black cherry ice cream, black cherry yogurt, something like that. So let's go back for the actual taste. So cheers. I already know what it tastes like, but we're going to go back in. So, first things first. Does it look like a beer? No. Does it smell like a beer? No. Does it taste like a beer? No. Is it a beer? Sure. Does it matter? Not to me. Other people will say, whatever. I don't care. Every time I do a review like this, I feel like I have to I don't want to say defend this, because there's no reason to defend this. It's just whatever. You drink what you like. That's what I say. Drink what I like. If you don't like stuff like this, don't drink it. Don't watch the reviews. That's pretty much what I do. If I don't like something, I typically just stay away from it, right? But this does not taste like a beer. This has a very small remnants of like a sour ale, maybe. Anyway, let's go body and mouthfeel. This is thick. This is full-bodied, thick, luscious, it's smoothie-esque. When people say smoothie beers, a lot of times you'll drink one and be like, oh, it's not that thick or whatever. This is like honestly drinking like a cherry smoothie. That's the mouthfeel. I mean the body. The mouthfeel, very similar. It's super luscious, it's soft, it's smooth, it's insanely creamy, and you would expect something that looks like this to be that, right? The taste though, it's, to me, black cherry ice cream meets black cherry yogurt, kind of in that realm. Is it sweet? Yes. Is it crazy sweet? No, I'm going to be able to drink the rest of that. Should I? Probably not, because it's probably like 700-800 calories. These beers are, it's fruit puree, it's that coconut cream, lactose, and black cherries. Like, it's going to be high in calories for sure. I would be in the mood for this if I wanted dessert but I also wanted a little bit of an alcohol kick, and I really didn't care if it came from my dessert type of thing, right? This is the definition of a dessert. They call them dessert or pastry style sours. It's sweet, but this is not cloying. I've taken, what, 4 or 5 sips now? It's not too much. Sometimes I drink these, I'm like, holy shit, I want 2 ounces of that, no more. To be fair, I probably want, at the max, half of this can. Like, 8 ounces of this would be absolutely at the max. I prefer to share this with like 3 other people, so we each get like 5 1/3 ounces, something like that. It might be a shorter drink the last half, maybe last third of this. Who knows? Right now, not too much. But this tastes like black cherry ice cream or black cherry yogurt. Front of the palate, it's cherries. To me, it's more black cherries than Morello cherries. Then there's this underlying tartness. And then halfway through the palate, that coconut cream hits. And it's not really big on the coconut. It's more on the cream factor. And the lactose probably just adding to the body, the mouthfeel, and obviously the sweetness. But I'm not saying like sometimes I taste vanilla with lactose, not getting that here. So the Morello cherry, not as prevalent as say the black cherry, and the coconut cream factor of this one kind of takes over. One knock on this beer is that I would most certainly love more of a sour kind of base to this. This is mildly tart at best. The finish, sweet, no bitterness here, no real dryness, but I like this. This is, again, shout out to Jesse over at Bumpy Road Breweries. He said this before, like he's had these dessert / pastry sours, and when he's in the mood for dessert, he'll drink one of these if he wants something with alcohol. And that's where I think I should start buying these on nights where I'm like, man, I want something for dessert, but I kind of want to drink a beer too. Boom, here we are. Again, maybe not a beer, okay? Fully admit that this maybe is not a beer. It doesn't taste like one, doesn't look like one, doesn't smell like one. But a lot of these places are doing these base, kettle sours. They are beer. It's not really a beer. Not much more to say about it. It's very simplistic, but delicious. For what it is and what I kind of expected going this one, it's really good. I wish there was more of that tart cherry. I wish a little bit more of like a firm coconut came through, but it's fucking really good. So Schmoojee, the Morello cherry and coconut variant from Imprint, I give that a low 4.5 out of 5. I'll go 4.4 out of 5. I think that's fair for what I'm drinking and what I kind of expected going into this one. Price and availability, I think price point in my neck of the woods are like $7-8 a can, depending on where you shop. I think I paid like $7.49 for that can. Is it expensive? Yeah, you're talking about $30 4-pack, but I bought a single. If I had to buy a 4-pack of this, I wouldn't have bought it because, you're talking crazy money, and I'd rather buy 4 separate beers from 4 different breweries than actually spend an entire, $30 on one 4-pack. So if you can get singles, I highly recommend checking this out. 4-pack depends on how much you like cherry and like coconut cream. Availability, and I must say, maybe at the brewery itself might be more like $24, $25 a 4-pack. When it hits distro, obviously the price is going to rise, especially if you're buying singles, just how it works. Anyway, availability, I have no idea. 2 years ago, we didn't get Imprint. We started seeing them last year, a couple different places got it, and now like a handful of different places have them now, and I can walk into 3 or 4 different bottle shops and pick up, singles and 4-packs and whatever. So it's cool to see, Imprint here in the Western New York area. I can't wait to get in that pistachio beer. I figure it's going to be very similar like this, maybe more like pistachio ice cream, which I fucking love, so I'll probably like that beer. Anyway, for those of you who come to the, this review and say, that's not beer, I don't know what to tell you at this point, because I go into these reviews at the beginning, I tell you, I understand that people don't consider these beers, but if it does have some kind of base beer property, even if you fucking can't see it, taste it, or there's no properties, it's still a beer, whatever. At this point, there's so many styles out there. Drink what you like, and I'll continue doing the same. Anyway, if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. In fact, if you've had anything within their Schmoojee series, post in the comment section. This is 6% alcohol. Yeah, you're not going to taste that nowadays, most likely. I'm trying to think of the last time I had like a sub 7% beer that I could taste alcohol. Very rare. Anyway, hopefully everyone out there is enjoying their day, night, whatever. Whenever you're watching this, hopefully you're enjoying it. And I appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.